This week's guest on the Straight Talking podcast is a fella I grew up with and the hardest working man I know.
Oh, thank you.
Barry is one of the main brains behind Kerrigan's Butchers and Kerrigan's Foods for Fitness. You're very welcome, Barry.
Thank you very much, Sean. That was a nice introduction.
No,
and I will have to pick you up on something. Actually, I am the main brain.
Nice one. Nice one. You've only opened a new shop in Sandyford.
Step aside.
Stuff.
Step aside with fresh. Yes, that's on the south side now. So interesting. We're only there a week. So over the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, the shop is getting full renovation, and we will have a full butchery experience for people on the south side. So we're looking forward to that. We've had a lot of requests from people over the years to come to the south side. So yeah, a new challenge. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. And Barry is a good friend of mine. I know him over 35 years, but Barry is into his grub, into his field. You know, some people I know that are into sales, and they're into sales between 9 and 5. Barry lives the old experience, and you shouldn't take my word for it because I'm all into his field. I love his field. But he specialises in a number of organic products, Wagyu beef, which I'm all in on the barbecue. But I'm going to go back to the very start. Barry's dad, Brendan, started the business, and growing up, you know the way sometimes you call into your mate's house and the dad answers, and 9 times out of 10 the dad's a wanker. Brendan was never like that. He was an absolute gent of a man. Always a joke for you, always a laugh for you. He started the business. Brendan passed away recently, but and Barry and Shane run Kerrigan's. And of all the people I know and businesses I know, rarely do 2 sons successfully bring a business forward. Do you know what I mean? It's normally, I know one other, you know what I mean? What's the secret? What's the secret of your success? But talking a bit about Brendan anyway, if you want to talk about him starting.
Today, like today is Father's Day, so
yeah,
we're recording on Father's Day. So shout out to my dad and all the dads. But my dad Brendan was a big influence in my life and somebody that kind of installed that work ethic in me.
Yeah,
you know, he always says that you won't earn any money lying in bed.
Yes,
which is very true. So, as you know, I never had a school holiday.
Yeah.
So it was never like 3 months off work where you guys, or 3 months off school where you guys be out playing football from whatever dawn to dusk. I'd be in the shop working away, and I didn't mind that because I was earning a few quid, and you know that leads to getting a car young and those kind of things when you're younger.
Yeah,
that kind of aspirational things, like getting a car was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, I had a car when I was 17.
I remember it, the Fiesta. All the boys in it. Yeah.
Straight away we put in a proper speaker system. Thing was hopping, but so it was a very good upbringing from a work ethic because he came from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, he worked his way up. He had no education, left school when he was 12.
Yeah.
You know, parents, like his mother died when he was 2. Yeah. His dad was a farmer. He basically got raised by his older brother. Different generation, obviously, back then, but you had to work for your you had to work for your income back then. So but he was good crack as well.
Yeah,
you know, he definitely lived the larger than life kind of fun. He loved his golf. He loved having a few pints. He loved social. He's a real people person.
Yeah,
and that's what a good butcher is. Someone that understands people, understands relationships. So that's how. When you're asking how does the relationship work for me and Shane, it's like any relationship, I suppose. It's like a marriage nearly.
Yeah.
You know, you have to work on it.
Yeah.
You have to work on it. It's a constant kind of you know, you just have to sometimes, if I feel strongly about something, he just has to back down, or, you know,
Vice versa.
vice versa, yeah.
Yeah. And you left school, like we were all going to school. Your dad, like now with, I suppose, people are all college. But as well, college isn't for everyone. And if you're a grafter and you're after making a few quid and you're hungry for it, like Barry was growing up and what was instilled, them work ethic and values by your dad, how did it feel? You left school, what year, what age were you and what year were you? You were going to Paul's.
Yeah, I went to Paul's. So 93, I did my junior cert. We were the first year of the transition from inter-cert to junior cert. So I was 1993, so I did my junior cert, and at the time, I wasn't bad in school.
Yeah.
Like I got a good, decent junior cert because I found that anything that I applied myself to, I did well in. So be it whatever sport I was into, be it schoolwork, be it work, I just found once I applied myself, I could generally do quite well. So I had the choice in 93 to go back to school in, you know, fourth year, or, you know, in the summer of 93, I went to work in the shop full time, and I kind of felt this is something I want to pursue. I could see gaps in the business where I would be of value to the business. And so it just felt like a natural kind of thing to do. And also, like, school was taking too long.
Yeah.
I was thinking that another 3 years to leaving cert, then going to college, and obviously you're 25.
Yeah.
And I'd probably go into the family business anyway.
Yes.
So, you know, it could be 8 years, not wasted, obviously. Education is very important, but as you said, it's not for everybody. And
Yeah.
I just went, well, the years just fly by.
Yeah.
42 now, I go, fucking hell, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where did those years go? But like, I still don't know what I want to do. You know?
And back then, you had the one shop in Donamead Shopping Centre. So how many staff were in that shop then? So it was you, Shane, your dad, and how many extra lads?
Oh, it was good for you, and it was totally different back then because for such a small shop, we did so much more work. You know, we're breaking beef, we're making our own sausages, we're, you know, crewing our own bacon, we're breaking pigs. So it was full on. I'd say there was at least maybe 10 butchers, and a couple of apprentices, which I was one of. So yeah, it was full on, proper busy.
And how many staff? So 10 and about, say, 14, 15 staff?
So altogether it would be 14 or 15, yeah.
14 or 15. And now, how many premises that you and Shane have taken over the past few years, how many premises have you at the moment?
Yeah, so the Donamead store, we grew out with Donamead, just literally got too small for us. So we went into Baldoyle. That was like a warehouse, and at the time when we took that, it was in a recession. And at the time, you know, people were really kind of value for money, so we put a little factory shop into Baldoyle as well. And then we had Malahide. Actually, we started the online business before Malahide. So we have 3 standalone Kerrigan shops now, and the online, where we ship our food nationwide next day. And now we still start a new journey with our fresh food partners and Fresh the Good food market. So
you have that one on the Malahide Road.
Yeah.
And then south side, step aside.
Yeah, we have one on the Malahide Road, and that's going quite well. So we're in negotiations at the moment to see will we kind of roll out through their other stores.
Brilliant. And how many? So you said 15 staff when you started first of all. So how many staff? How many lads are you employing now at the moment?
So we have anywhere between 35 and 40 people every Friday to pay, which is a big.
Yeah.
It's a big responsibility. It was big kind of, you know, you're constantly thinking of how we're going to get enough business in to pay all these people first, because anybody that runs their own business knows you are the last person to get paid.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And the business compared to when your dad was, the Irish palate was a bit different then. I'll fry up, few steaks, bit of pork. Now, the difference now, like, so that old shop in Donamead, which they're still in at the moment. When I was younger, all we ate in my house was Kerrigan's. So my ma went over, I was always over in the shop. And if you look at that counter compared to your counter now, so what inspired you to change that model, that you wanted to start doing them different foods? Or who was the major driver? Shane wanted to bring in a few bits and you wanted to bring a few bits in, or you put your, how did you get around changing all that?
I suppose by listening to people. That's, you know, that's what, you know, a lot of people think, oh, how can you run a business when you're behind the counter so much? But for me, that's like free, you know, it's free interaction, it's free, you know, listening to people and talking to people. That's how you understand what they need, asking questions, and they literally telling you, well, my son is doing this or my daughter is doing this, and, you know, you kind of get a few ideas of how people's lifestyles are changing. Back then, you know, 25, 30 years ago, you know, probably one person in the family worked. You know, the dad was out working, the mother was at home looking after the family. You know, she would probably buy in bulk and utilise the freezer, and, you know, it's very kind of basic stews, chops. But as time goes on and people have less time, and that's where we start off the easy cook section, where it's, you know, just a chicken or whatever kind of protein we wanted in some sort of a marinade with some vegetables. He or she could throw in the oven 25 minutes and it's a nice nutritious meal. So it just kind of spirals from there.
Yeah.
One idea leads to the next.
And then use, like, a lot of businesses have, and I only see this because I'm floating around. When Yvonne had the gym in Ashbourne, you used to ask me a couple of questions. You were doing this range of food, this food for fitness range, which no one was doing it in Ireland at the time. And I remember you even saying to me, I'm going to get turkey breasts, Irish turkey breasts, and grind them down into burgers. And I remember thinking to myself, going, fucking turkey, who the fuck's going to buy that? But then the way you launched it, and Yvonne is strung out on it because it's gluten free and it's very healthy, and also the other stuff you've done with the Wagyu. But like all good ideas, then I was going into all these places, like there's a butcher's not far from here, and I remember looking into it going, did Barry open a franchise out in Bleeding Ashbourne? That's a carbon copy of Kerrigan's. So with a good idea, it's replicated. You got a lot of people copied you.
Yeah, of course.
Then on doing your stuff. But how was that hard? Just keep innovating all the time. How did you just cope with your products being copied and stuff by other butchers?
I suppose at first, when it first happened, you do take it quite personally. Yeah. And then as you talk it through to people, you just have to realise that, you know, first to market is key, and innovation is key. So there's so much you can do with food. Yeah. You know, it's endless what you can do with food. Yeah. So just by researching and, again, kind of, you know, different flavour combinations, you just have to keep on changing up your menu. Yeah. And then it's very important to back that up with a good marketing.
And the idea for the, if a lot of people are, a lot of American listeners on this, and I remember seeing Wagyu steaks there years ago, but you've launched this Wagyu beef here at the moment. Now, I can safely say to our viewers, like, get on to Barry for the Wagyu steaks. If you like the barbecue, they're very simple, full of flavour, they're gorgeous. I've got a few people that see me doing them, and I've got them onto eating them. Whose idea was that? Where did you come across that? Where did you see Wagyu beef? Because I've never
seen it in Ireland.
In Ireland, it's till you start doing it.
Yeah, so I kind of they actually contacted me.
And what is Wagyu beef? A lot of people are probably going to be listening to this going, what's fucking Wagyu beef?
What's Wagyu? Yeah, so Wagyu is a breed. I suppose primarily in Ireland we're used to Angus, Hereford, maybe Dexter, Longhorn, Limousin. So they're the kind of the standard traditional breeds of cattle we have in Ireland. Yeah. Wagyu is was originally from Japan,
Yeah.
but a group of lads down in Cork, 19 farmers got together and said, right, what we're doing at the moment is unsustainable, there's too much competition. What can we do different to add value to the Irish market? So they bought a bull in from Japan maybe 3-4 years ago. He was a lucky bull because now they have about 300 in the herd.
Right.
He did his thing.
Having a great time.
he was having a ball down in Cork. So they contacted me. They were looking for somebody in Dublin to do the Wagyu beef, and I went down, met them. They were very kind of similar, like-minded. You know, they wanted to be very honest with people. They wanted full transparency. No lies about what this actual beef is. It's very easy for me to say, or anyone to say, this is Wagyu beef, but it mightn't be.
Yes.
You know, so they wanted somebody in Dublin that was a high. They knew it was going to be handled that kind of transparency of products. So went down, met them, tasted the product, and I knew instantly this is delicious. You know, this is like no other beef I've tasted nowhere before. So a little more expensive. It's about a 20% premium.
Yeah.
But in my view, it's worth it. And once you taste the Wagyu, you can't go back.
No.
It's just it's like a different animal. It's like, it is a different animal, but just the flavour and the simplicity of cooking, you can't, anybody can cook it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I find sometimes, say with a standard Angus or whatever, now I still like Angus, I still like them beefs, but I find if I get a T-bone Angus or a T-bone Wagyu, all I do is grill it for a couple of minutes each side on the barbecue. I don't need sauces, and I just get some potatoes or whatever, and like everything is just on the meat. You know what I mean? I don't need anything. Salt, pepper. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
so
all I
never
need.
understand people like to go to a restaurant or whatever. First of all, steak and a stone.
Yeah.
Why would you do steak and a stone? Anyway, it's beyond my logic. But then they've put loads of sauce on it.
Geek.
Oh, it's like, what's the point in ordering a steak and then putting pepper sauce on it?
The meat must be shite if you have to cover the sauce all over.
Maybe pepper sauce, you can dip your potatoes in or something. But, really nice beef, you want to taste the beef.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy it. But Wagyu beef is amazing. So delighted to have him. We have exclusivity in Dublin, so nobody else in Dublin can sell the West Cork Wagyu beef.
Nice. And the old tomahawk steaks, I've been partial to a few of them as well.
Very popular lately.
Yeah.
I think because of COVID, lockdown, people are like, especially blokes, anything with a bone, are like...
It's like they feel like Joe Rogan behind the barbecue.
Like Flintstones or something. That's what we call me now, straight away. Myself and the lads in the shop, we know straight away, when a couple of lads walk into the shop, these are Flintstones.
Yeah.
You just know.
Instagram.
They're going cowboy stay there like, oh, where's the tomahawks?
Yeah.
But it's definitely a man stick. Without being sexist or...
Yeah.
But it's definitely more men are into the tomahawks and the cowboys.
And the online business, your next day delivery all around the country.
Yeah.
And I keep an eye on your Instagram, and you seem to be spraying off orders all over the place. What are your biggest sellers online in the food for fitness game?
Yeah, I suppose the online was when we set it up back in 2016. And that was a combination of when we launched the Foods for Fitness back in 2013. It was, as I said, we're forcing more in doing it, so we're creating these lean, tasty proteins, and we're backing it up by giving people all their nutritional information. We had all our calories, our macros, proteins, and we have that information as well on an app they could download, MyFitnessPal, and they could track their calories. So we're the first company to do that. So, and because of that, we got a huge amount of people coming to the shop.
Yes.
We had people coming from Cork, Kerry, Wexford, Donegal, driving over saying, oh my God, I've seen what you're doing on social media, filling their cars and going back.
Wow.
And then over time they were going, oh Barry, listen, I can't be driving from Cork every weekend.
Yeah.
Is there any way you could deliver? I was like, okay, obviously that could be an opportunity. So that's how the online started, and initially it was all about Foods for Fitness. So, but over the last few years, it's more now what you would getting a butcher shop. It's not just primarily foods or fitness.
Yeah.
But the majority of our customers are kind of fitness people, be it the average person that's going to the gym, be it weightlifters, be it, athletes, MMA people. We have a big, diverse group of customers.
I know Max loves the Wagyu, the T-bones and the Wagyu beef burgers. They would be, that's why he's all over, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but turkey burgers are number one on the site.
They're the number one seller. Yeah. Now Yvonne loves them.
Yes.
The spicy kale one. She
bacon
likes
and
them.
kale.
Bacon and kale.
BK flavor, but again, it's a simple thing.
Yeah.
But it cooks quickly.
Yeah.
It's tasty, and if you batch cook, you have them in your lunchbox. They're nice cold.
Yeah.
So
I do. Yvonne makes up my lunch every now and again. She dices up one bit of rice, lunchbox, sorted for lunch the next day. Yeah, in the van, doing me out waffling out on Instagram.
It's good.
No, it's nice stuff, all right, And have you any other ideas coming up? Any more
we have
things?
the Butcher's Grill. We launched the Butcher's Grill last year, which was quite successful. Unfortunately, this year it's on the back burner because of COVID.
Yeah.
But September now, we are lined up to do Wellfest again.
Okay.
So at the moment, that's still going ahead. Hasn't been cancelled in a way.
Explain, what is the Butcher's Grill? What is it like? Imagine I'm from Mars and I don't know what the Butcher's Grill is.
The Butcher's Grill is an outdoor catering side of the business. So I've seen an opportunity of festivals, private parties, somebody that's looking for a really good, high quality food that's not being offered in Dublin as far as I could see. I've been at loads of parties and I've seen caterers come in and gone, that's not great.
Yeah.
That's not great. But we try and offer the complete package where we come and cook for you. It's value for money, but you're getting the best produce in Ireland.
Yes.
And we try and focus on Irish food only, which is not often in the catering business.
Right. And I seen there a couple of months ago, before COVID, you'd done, Yvonne follows you with Jennifer Zamprelli on 2FM.
Yes.
And you was pulled up, you've done some party for him, like, there's bleeding bar.
There's bars everywhere.
There's bar.
This is the power of social media,
Yeah.
But Jennifer it's like everything else, just chance her arm, don't you?
Yeah.
Drop her a little DM, slide into her DMs.
Sound.
But I'm very happy married.
Sound. And you have 2 kids now.
Yes.
So Barry is, like he spoke about Brendan there a while ago, Barry is old stock. Barry's here with his family in my house today. We're going to have a bite to eat. But Barry's the type of bloke that I love going to his house because the grub is always whopper. It's nice barbecue and he has the egg as well. But when Barry comes to your house, he always brings something. He always rings the door with his elbow. Old stock. So with the egg and how are you finding that you've been floating around with that with food? What to people that are into their food listening to this, what would you recommend on that? What type of meats and stuff?
Yeah, I suppose my favourite type of food to do on that particular barbecue would be beef ribs.
Right.
I absolutely adore beef ribs. They take about 8 hours to do.
Right.
With just the flavour, and again the bone. All that flavour, the juice around the bone. So, and they're quite hard to get in supermarkets. So if you're looking for beef ribs, you have to go to, a decent butcher who has, access to these kind of cuts.
Yeah.
So for me, the egg, or I have the grill called a monolith. And then I have a gas barbecue. So if you don't want something quick, it's obviously instant where you get your heat up in the gas. And then I have a smoker which I bought for the Butcher's Grill, so that's amazing for smoking pork ribs or even smoked chicken, spatchcock chicken. So it depends what you're cooking, depends how much time you have, depends who you're cooking for. So but and the last few months has been great because the weather's been amazing.
And
been cooking outdoors, and it's just nice, isn't it? Out the back,
Yeah, it's whopper.
having
Whopper.
the kids knocking around, and
Yeah.
simple things.
And at the moment, we're kind of coming out of COVID, but I remember at the start looking at some of your social media, it was like bleeding. People were running into the shop, tearing gear off the
Yeah,
counters, so there's nothing
mad.
left.
And we weren't prepared for it. Nobody was.
No.
So as soon as, I think it was like mid kind of March when they closed the schools, we were bombarded like never before.
Yeah.
So I was literally supposed to go skiing on the Friday, all set for skiing. It was like happy days.
Yeah.
So the skiing didn't happen, and we have been in a very lucky position where we've been extremely busy. But it's been hard though as well, because you're looking around. I have a good few people that were like friends of mine that would own restaurants and other businesses, and they've been really struggling.
Yeah.
So it's, in a selfish way, it's been good for me, but people in my network, it's been tough for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose you just have to think of the positives. And there was a queue outside the shop from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And it makes you kind of think of, okay, obviously you kind of know you're doing something right when you're busy, constantly busy, but then you know you're doing something really right when in the pandemic where people are coming in and really appreciating you're still open, and people are giving us bottles of wine, or bringing in food for us to keep us going, bringing us cups of coffee. People really kind of appreciate what we're doing.
And you just have a delivery driver going around Malahide and Portmarnock and that kind of area as
only
well.
for Cocoon. I was like, I remember one thing my mother said to me was, now Barry says, now, I don't care who rings you. If anybody my age rings you, you have to deliver them. Even if he or she only wants a half pound of mince. So she was right.
Yeah.
Because actually I remember going up to one lady, and I was the only person she was seeing all day. So I drove up to her and knocked into her, and she was there for 10 minutes just spilling out, talking about whatever, but just, you're the only person I've seen all day, and thanks very much, and it's nice.
That's good. And we're going to just wrap it up now in a couple of minutes, but give us your social media, your best products, your website. Where can any people order this stuff off? So
our social media on all the usual platforms, Kerrigan's _IRL. My website is kerrigans.ie. We just launched a new website during the week, so we made a big, it's a 6-month project I was working on. We changed from WordPress to Shopify. And what you think is a small little project, it's one of the most stressful things I've actually done, but stressful in a good way of actually seeing the project live now. So kerrigans.ie, and we will do some kind of collaboration there for the Straight Talking podcast. So check that out. When this launches, we will I will link in with a discount code.
Whopper. That's good. And give your Instagram as well, Kerrigan's.
Kerrigan's _IRL.
And your Twitter.
Twitter's the same.
Facebook same.
Facebook, just search Kerrigan's. We have a few Facebook pages, but we're very accessible.
Whopper. Now, it's great to have Barry on, as well as being a friend. For anybody looking at this, you put the graft in. It's like sport. It's like anything. Put the graft in, you get the rewards. Sit back in bed, as the bull Kerrigan said, there's nobody going to pay you.
No. Make no money in bed.
No money in bed. Anyway, that's it. Straight Talking Podcast. Like, subscribe, follow the Instagram page. Hope you like that, and have a good day. Yep.